Hey guys, it's Ultra Elite 579, and this is an update on the care of white spot assassin bugs. Alright, so to start off, these guys, I've had this guy for about 3 years. Unfortunately, he lives in a fallen kingdom because I had like 8 other ones. They all died of old age, and they did not breed, so that kind of sucks. Not this one specifically, but I had 2 other ones to start with. I got them about 3 years ago. They're both young, and I kept them in like a smaller container. And sure enough, as a male and female, they bred and they gave birth to like 20 assassin bugs. So I guess to start off with, if you want to breed white spot assassin bugs, what you need to do is get a decent size container for them. Not like, a small cup, but something, something with a little bit of room for each one. And just a male and a female. Can't keep 3 or 4. And the substrate I had was like coconut fiber and sphagnum moss, or not sphagnum moss, peat moss, sorry. And they bred, and I had like 20 babies, and I raised them all, and it was really fun. So, and then feeding the little babies, what you can do is just give the adults a bug and they'll kill it, and the little guys will come and the adults will share. And then what I also noticed is sometimes the nymphs would attack each other. So if you want to be extra careful, you can take each nymph and separate them. And that way you're guaranteed that, if the female lays 20, that all 20 will grow to adulthood. Because that is one mistake I made, is I just kept them in that container. And, I was only left with like 10 because some of them would attack and kill each other. So keep that in mind. But I've heard that it's kind of hard to breed these guys, in all the other care videos that I've seen. So hopefully telling people this will help kind of, help other bug keepers figure out how to breed them, because these things are kind of expensive and they only live for like 3 years. So, I'm happy that they are able to breed so that, So secondly, I think I'll talk about the feeding. These guys will eat anything, basically anything. I gave them superworms. I gave them doobie roaches. They love doobie roaches. They'll attack adults, and I have some videos on it. It's super awesome. But yeah, you can give them anything, but don't give them spiders. When I was 2 years ago, I made a video of one of these guys trying to kill a spider, which is pretty dumb. But it turned around and bit him in the leg, and he had to take his leg off so the venom didn't go up in his body. And I think it's just because they're not fast enough for spiders. So that's one thing. You can feed these guys basically everything, but not spiders, and probably not scorpions either, because scorpions kind of the same thing, just with a stinger. And then when it comes to feeding, they will share. And then you can also keep them in groups. I think that's kind of obvious, but throw the one out there so everyone knows. And they can get aggressive with each other, but the only time I've seen them kill each other is when they're nymphs, when they're little. And it'll usually be a bigger nymph that kills a smaller nymph, probably just because it's hungry, and it's a bug, so it doesn't know any better. But so that's the feeding. Housing space for these guys, just give them a space to move around. They're pretty, they don't move around a whole lot. This guy just sits on his rock for the most part, but that doesn't mean put him in a cup or anything. So, that's kind of with any pet, give them some space to walk around. You don't want to just squeeze them in a little container. And then soil, coconut fiber, peat moss, maybe just backyard soil. That's any of that's fine. But be aware that these guys make quite the mess. I had to clean this tank up before so that when I filmed, you know, I didn't look like an idiot. My tank was all disgusting. So if you've got, you know, clean up the dead stuff. And then these guys do not need any water. You can spray their tank every now and then, but they get their water from their prey. They will drink water, but these guys do not like moisture in their tanks. You know, anytime I sprayed their tank, you know, thinking like, oh, you know, they come from a, you know, a wet climate. They don't. They live in Africa. Their red spot or whatever, their cousins, I think, like it moist, but the white spot assassin bug does not. Every time I've sprayed it, they get really antsy, and you know, they'll drink the water, but you know, if they're like running around the tank, you know, they're kind of bothered. So like if your assassin bug's just sitting on the rock like mine is, moving around a little bit, he's okay. But and then also make sure their soil is not wet, because like I said before, they do create a lot of trash, and you know, that wet soil is going to have lots of, you know, bacteria and stuff in it. And sure enough, if you leave that dead carcass in that tank too long, fungus is going to build up, and well, you know, it's never good. It looks disgusting, smells horrible. So that's for the water. All right, I think this is the last thing I'll talk about. So if you're a beginner bug keeper, I would not recommend this, and I will tell you why. If you wanted this as like your second bug, I think that would work. But here's the problem with these guys. You cannot touch these things. These things will stab you with their proboscis, and the pain of that is holy jeez. Like, you know, I've been stung by a lot of stuff, and thank goodness these did not sting me. I've been stung by a assassin bug before, and that hurt quite a bit, so I can only imagine what this would feel like. And then also, these things do not move around a lot, so as a beginner bug keeper, you probably want something that runs around a little bit. You can hold, you know, is just kind of peaceful. And these guys, you won't get a lot of that. These are more of kind of the feeding time fun, where when you get that bug out, they're like, you know, you'll have to watch one of my videos about it, but it's one of the coolest, you know, fight scenes, I guess, in the bug world. That's how I'll phrase it, I guess. But then another thing is these things can spray their venom. A couple of times I've been shot twice, and both like landed on my cheek. So if it would have hit my eyeball, I don't know how that would go. Probably not good, I assume. But that's another thing to think about. If you're getting in there with your tweezers trying to clean things up, or you're poking them with the tweezers, they will shoot you. And then I've never seen these guys fly, but they have wings. So when you have the lid open, kind of like I do, you know, keep an eye on them. Don't just leave them, because they have that ability, I believe. I think if you keep their temperatures pretty high, that will help them be able to fly. So, and then also, yeah, room temperature is fine. Basically, with any bugs, room temperature is fine. And then they can't climb up glass, so that's a good thing. And I think that is it. So if you're, you know, you've kept a bug or two before, and bugs are so easy anyway. So if, you know, even if this is your first bug that you want to get, totally get it. Just know that they're dangerous. But, you know, if you want to get this thing, totally recommend it. They're so easy to take care of. I've had them for a long time. They're my favorite pet bug, hands down. They, you know, they've got cool colors. They're fun to show your friends, you know, unless they get shot. But I've had a lot of fun and a lot of success with these assassin bugs, so it makes me sad that this is my last one left. but I want to do this care video before he died, you know, so that any of you guys out there are thinking about a new bug to get, you know, and you're looking for something that's aggressive, you know, then this is the bug for you. So for those out there watching, you know, thanks for watching, and I hope that this care video helps you decide whether you want to get it or not, and, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. So I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'll try and keep with it, but I'm in high school, so, you know, you get it, hopefully. But I'll see you guys later.